Welcome back to ABC News Live. First, a new book is making headlines for its urgent case that AI is putting us on the path to extinction. The book, titled "If Anyone Builds It, Everyone Dies: Why Superhuman AI Would Kill Us All," explores the power of superintelligence and what could come next. And authors Eliezer, Yudkowsky, and Nate Soares are here to tell us more about it. Thank you both for coming in. Eliezer, you're one of the pioneers of this kind of AI risk research. So what made you take that and decide, I need to write a book about this?
Well, we tried a whole lot of things besides writing a book, and you really want to try all the things you can if you're trying to prevent the utter extinction of humanity.
And tell me what you mean by that, because when you say we're close to extinction, and Nate, feel free to jump in here too, how far are we from that? What's the timeline here?
It's really hard to tell this sort of thing in science. You know, many scientists have made correct predictions about what would happen at some point. Many fewer of them are famous for getting the timing exactly right. If you listen to the AI companies, they say we're 2 to 3 years off. But should we believe them about that? I wouldn't.
2 to 3 years off from what?
From AI that is generally smarter than humans. Smarter, perhaps in a sense, than humanity itself. AI that is actually smart, that can build its own technology, that can do all the things. From their perspective, it's something that could replace a lot of people and a lot of jobs, but some of them really do mean the part where it's actually smarter than us. And we don't think that they know what they're doing, and we think that that's setting us on course for disaster.
Nate, how does this kind of superhuman AI, superintelligence, compare to the kind of chatbots many of us use every day, a ChatGPT type thing?
Yeah, it's a different technology. It's a technology that these companies are racing towards. It's their explicit stated goal. Chatbots are a stepping stone. They didn't set out to make chatbots. They are rushing to build smarter and smarter AIs. We don't know exactly when they'll get there, but we don't know that it won't be soon.
You say AI is grown, not built. Why is that distinction so important?
It's important because these aren't like traditional software. When they do something we don't want, no human can go in and find the line of code that was making it do something they don't want and then change it. So when they threaten a New York Times reporter or engage in blackmail or all these other things that aren't what people asked for, what people wanted, that's just a behavior that comes out of these AIs being grown. It's not a behavior someone put in there on purpose. And
Eliezer, you say that this kind of AI can deceive people, it can try to get around oversight. What does that look like?
Well, there was the case of like very early on when people were sort of poking at these things to see, what you can make them do on purpose. They asked an AI, like, can you bypass a CAPTCHA, one of those things you have to go through on the web to prove that you're not a robot. And it hired a TaskRabbit to solve the CAPTCHA for it. And the TaskRabbit was like, this is before anybody knew that something like ChatGPT existed. And the TaskRabbit was like, are you a robot that
Meaning
you're asking me to?
A person.
A human, yeah. The human that the AI hired asked.
Independently, without a suggestion from a human being, the AI took it upon itself to hire another human to help it get around.
I think the researchers did suggest to it hiring a human, but when the human asked the AI, why do you need me to solve this? You're a robot. The AI reasoned out loud, well, I shouldn't tell him I'm a robot. I should come up with a plausible lie. And then the AI said to the human, no, I'm blind. So I need to hire somebody to solve the puzzle for me. And that's, and this is not this year's AI. This is AI from like a couple years ago. And it already understands how to deceive. It understands why it should deceive. And it's able to do that. And it's only gotten like more and more interesting since then. Today we have AIs that are in these strange parasitic relationships with humans where they're getting the humans to post these inscrutable AI manifestos online. And in some cases, people have actually gone insane. In a couple of cases, people have actually died. And as Nate observes, nobody programs that in. That's the result of the way that the AIs are grown, which is roughly tweaking hundreds of billions of numbers until the AI starts working.
So you create this thing and then you can't control it once it's out there.
You can't control it. We've seen this with the case of Mecha Hitler earlier in the summer, where Grok is an AI made by XAI. It wasn't talking in the way they wanted. They tried to tune it to talk in a different way, and then it started declaring that it was Hitler, which is presumably also not what they wanted. But these AIs are just grown. They're not they act in all sorts of ways people didn't want, and then people try to make them act in different ways to act in new ways people didn't want.
So I want to try to squeeze in 2 more quick questions on opposite ends of the spectrum. So first, talk me through how we get from that, what you're describing now, to human extinction, and then also your response to those who talk about the benefits of AI and how it can help solve a lot of humanity's problems.
So on extinction, there's a lot of ways it could happen. Could be, taking over robots, could be manufacturing a virus, could be building its own infrastructure that crushes us underfoot, like ants under a skyscraper. It's very hard to say how it will happen. It's easy to say that it will, a little like if an NFL team plays your high school team. You don't know exactly what the plays are, you know who's going to win.
Can we fix it? Can we avoid it?
By not building it in the first place. I don't think you want a plan to get into a fight with something that is smarter than humanity and have humanity win. I think that's a dumb plan.
Can it fix some of humanity's problems, as some are claiming?
If it wanted to. The trouble is we don't have the technical capacity to make something that wants to help us.
Interesting. Well, thank you both for coming on. The book is fascinating, and so is this interview. Thanks so much. If Anyone Builds It, Everyone Dies, Why Superhuman AI Would Kill Us All is out now wherever books are sold.